Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every day. I'm your host with the most, Wendy O. I am operating on power low. You guys, I don't know what's been going on, but I've been absolutely exhausted like this last week. Like my body is just done. It's like you're tired. But it's like, I'm also restless too. So it doesn't make any sense. Like if I try to rest, like Sunday morning, I was up at like 6 a.m. and I couldn't rest. Like I just couldn't rest. I had to go to Costco. I needed to go to Costco. So I went to Costco and bought all kinds of stuff. But the reason why I like to shop Costco, yeah, I know it's expensive, but I go to Costco and I buy some of the frozen stuff, or I'll buy lots of chicken and I put a freezer in the garage now. So I freeze the stuff because, you want to save some money. So that's what we do with Lo, except she only eats peanut butter and like hot dogs or something. Who even knows? Doesn't even matter. But I'm here, power low. And also too, I was wrong about Bitcoin price action yesterday. So we'll cover that. And on this channel, we always say, like, when we make a mistake, we talk about it, and it's okay to be wrong. Like if somebody is 10-10, if somebody's telling you that they have a 10-10 strike rate or whatever, they're ridiculous. Like they're full of it. And they're not, me personally, like y'all can do what you want to do, but me personally, if somebody said that, I probably would not want to, interact with them. Thoughts on Mark Cuban getting hacked? Who knows? Who knows if it was real or not? Also, to you guys, tax season is coming up. I'm not saying that he did that. We did talk about Cuban over the weekend. It's unfortunate if he really did get hacked. That's unfortunate. It's not a good thing. I don't condone stealing from other people any way, shape, or form. There's other ways that you can get ahead in life. But if he was hacked, that just sucks. Like just because he has money, you shouldn't make him a target. But that's the way that life works. So, anyways, with that being said, I hope he's all good and whatnot. But yeah, we're going to talk about news. There's a lot of interesting things that have came out today, even though my power is low. And I got a long list of things I have to do today. Mondays are it kind of depends. I'm just tired. And I think part of the reason why I'm so tired is I've been eating junk. I went like 2 months without eating. I went from like 108 to 101 pounds. I'm only 5'2". And I really range between 105 and 107. So I lost a bunch of weight. So like I've been eating like crazy because I kind of started feeling a little bit better. But then one of the things I was doing that wasn't good is I was putting lots of sugar in my body. And I love Sour Patch Kids. I love Swedish Fish. I love these organic like Rice Krispie treats that you get from Sprouts. I love sweets. I really, really love sweets. It's all them chili cheeseburgers. I haven't been eating chili cheeseburgers for a while. But I really, really, really love my sweets, and I love junk food. Wendy, say something about Matic. I have a Matic moon bag and I'm a Matic fanatic. Thank you, Indigo. But sweets is my downfall. So one of the things I need to be cutting out is sweets. It's going to be sweets. So what I'm planning to do is during the week, no sweets. And then on the weekend, in my belly. But yesterday I had a good day. It was Sunday. My mom and my sister and my nephew came over and we did like a seafood day. So I got my sister, she always gets this random stuff from random places. But she got crab somehow. I don't even know where it came from. But so she got crab and I had frozen scallops. And then we did shrimp, and then I made cheesy rice cauliflower with jalapenos. And then my mom brought this smashed broccoli, which I'm going to eat that later. But anyways, that was my weekend. I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. Thanks for listening to me ramble. We have 147 of you beautiful people watching, only 42 likes. And you guys know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say. Okay. You know what I'm going to say. Smash the likes. Do not be grifting. You need to give me at least 100 likes. Okay. Pew Pew said, oh, just had a chocolate bar. Oh, don't you dare, Brian. You hush. Hey, Wendy, true story. I've lost 25 pounds by running 5 miles during yours and Lark's shows during the bear. Awesome. That's amazing. Congratulations. And also too, shout out to Queen. Failure is not an option over here. It's not. If you come from the mud, today's National Cheeseburger Day. Is it? I think it is. And you can get $1. So we covered all the national cheeseburger deals yesterday on the show. And I think the only good one was Wendy's for like 1 penny, which makes sense because I am Wendy. But yeah, no, self-care is very, very important, and just different ways to do it. Like today I was just kind of didn't really want to listen to music. I've been listening to a lot of oldies, like funk and jazz and that type of stuff, because it makes me feel good. It reminds me of my childhood. I just ate some spicy McChicken. That's some poison over there. But then I just didn't want to hear music. So I was listening to some of my self-help books, and some of you guys know I'm in group therapy doing all that stuff because I am codependent and all that type of stuff. Super fun. But anyways, we're here. We're going to get started, and I'm wishing you all a happy Manic Monday because I am sure some of you are feeling like I am a little fatigued. But let's go ahead and get into it. And this was the seafood that we did yesterday. 169 of you, but only 75 likes. Come on. And shout out to Mystical Oak. She's having a cheeseburger today. You better get your cheeseburger, girl. All right. So those were the crabs that I did. Those are the crabby legs I did. They're good. And the scallops, that was so good. Okay. But more importantly, this is the thing, you guys. I'm partnered with DAIM, and it basically means like I've got like a ref link with them. And I get a lot of people that reach out to us and they're like, hey, what do I invest in? What do I buy? What do I do? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what, Rhodey. I like Rhodey a lot. It's so good. But anyways, but a lot of we get a lot of emails. We get people, Wendy, we need financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just talk about what I'm doing in the market, and I just kind of, this is, mostly entertainment purposes. If I'm invested in something, we partner, we always disclose. But if you guys need any type of financial, if you need to talk to a financial advisor, that's what DAIM does. They create custom Bitcoin and crypto portfolios like traditional, like similar to traditional TradFi products like 401ks, IRAs, all of those types of things. Okay. So with that being said, these are the people who you want to contact. The link is always going to be on either my website or in the YouTube description. You always want to contact them. Brian can help you. He's also located in Orange County, California. So if you're in California and you want to meet with him, make sure he's a legit person, you can go ahead and do so. So that's who I direct you to. He's wanted me to get my certificate so I could be a financial advisor. I don't want to do that though. I just want to be an idiot on the internet, to be honest. Okay. But there's that. I just wanted to share it to you. And also to you guys, I was wrong yesterday with Bitcoin price action. The whole entire market is green. So anybody who counter traded me, you did well. I'm very proud of you. And I hope that you guys use my ref link on Femex, because if you would have, you probably would have made money, and then I would have made money too. So some people like to counter trade me. That's fine. Also too, if you use my ref link, you can mint a free Soul Pass, which is super cool on Femex, but that's the exchange I'm using. No KYC, no drama, all that stuff. I've been using them for a while, but always understand if you use a centralized exchange, there's risks associated. Now, we take a look at Bitcoin. I did not think that we were going to actually stay above this. I thought we were going to re-tap back over here, but we are currently trading at approximately $27,000. So I was wrong. And I'm always happy to admit I'm wrong. Always happy to admit I'm wrong. Some people want to know why I don't show my portfolio, because I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you exactly why. We'll kind of go back with the Mark Cuban thing. Why don't you show your portfolio, Wendy? Why don't you show wallet addresses? Well, because then that makes me a target. I got some of you who are completely up my behind in a really weird way. And it just makes me more vulnerable. It makes me a lot more vulnerable. And I don't like people in my business. I'm more than happy to verbalize with you, this is what I'm doing. This is not what I'm doing. I'm invested, blah, 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 blah. But it's just like somebody knowing, like, would you give somebody your social, like to me, sometimes giving your wallet address could be like giving a social security number. Would you give somebody your social security number or your personal address or your driver's license? Would you let somebody inside your wallet? That's how I was brought up. I was always brought up to just keep things private, some type of stuff. It's important to do that. So that's why I don't share any of that stuff. And another reason why I don't do live trades is because then people will copy trade me. And by the time you see the content piece, you might enter that trade after I've left the trade. And then you're going to get wrecked and get mad at me. So that's just why I don't do it. It just makes my life easier. But some people are like, show your perfect. How about you this to yourself? Worry about this instead of what I'm doing. Okay. And people who like to pocket watch, you're poor. Anyways. Back to what I was saying. But the Femex ref link is down below. But Bitcoin is up. She's looking great. She's up. She's looking healthy. She's looking nice and girthy. We went ahead and drew this trend line over here from the swing wick high, July 13th of 2023, down to this swing wick high over here on August 8th. And we're looking for that breakout. I really, really, really want to see that breakout. Facts. Don't worry, Wendy. We got you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good morning from Maui, girlfriend. Shout out to Angel. I'm sending you and your family and your community, everybody that's in Maui that was impacted by the tragedy there, love and light. And I just hope people are being super respectful to people of Maui and not going there and doing things, because please, people need to chill. But anyways, this was what we used. Was this what chart we used yesterday? I don't even remember. We'll go ahead and do a fresh naked chart. But I thought that we were going to move kind of back down yesterday. I didn't expect this big pump, but that's fine. Life happens. You can't be perfect at everything all the time. If I was right all the time, then why would you watch it? It just would be dumb. Anyways, but this is kind of the range that we're in on the daily. We're ranging between approximately 24,000 to about 28,000 over here. I really would like to see a move up, like a breakout of above $32,000, because when you zoom out and you take a look at the weekly, that's really kind of the important area over here. We've been we've been in this really kind of weird price action range where it's not bullish, but it's not bearish, but we're just kind of chilling and we're just doing our thing over here. Like, we've been in this area here for about, what is this? 511 days. 511 days, about 500 days, like this bear market. So price action has been kind of terrible over here. So it's just weird. But again, like once we break above 32,000, I feel like it's going to be go time. But as far as shorter term trades, looking at what's happening, like we're on our way up, but it's really like, if you zoom out, it's really just some sideways action. Really just sideways action. And even these candle pumps over here, this price action, it's not anything terribly crazy. Like, unless you're using a whole lot of leverage, which we don't condone on this channel, it's a 4% move today. 4% move. So overall, what is going to happen with Bitcoin? We're actually looking pretty healthy right now. It is looking like we may retest 27.8. If we don't, I would expect to move to about 26.8 or possibly about 26.6. If you use my ref link, that helps support me. If not, that's fine too. So that's what's happening with Bitcoin. But we're going to get straight into the big story over here. We're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about Blackrock. We're going to talk about all this stuff because there's a lot that we need to cover. And we love to use John Deaton as a reference. Why do we use John Deaton as a reference? Let's talk about that before we get any further. On my channel, I've always prided myself with reaching out to people who are experts in different fields, people that are more intelligent than me. I've always had attorneys on my channel. We've had policymakers on this channel. We don't do it too terribly much anymore because it doesn't get views. But I used to love doing that. And we always cover things that attorneys say because they're almost like experts in the industry. Because when you take a step back and you think about it, they're the ones that can actually interpret the law. Like, I can read something and I can give you guys my opinion, but that opinion might not be good because, I mean, it's still my opinion, it's still valid, but it's going to hold less weight because I'm not an attorney, I'm not an attorney, and there's only so much understanding I can get with that. However, I did win a small claims court case, and I did help my attorney with the real estate case a couple of years back, about 10 years back. But that's not the point. The point is we like to bring you guys good sources, and I feel like attorneys are a lot more reliable, especially the attorneys I rock with, are a lot more reliable than some of the mainstream media outlets we see. Okay. So that's important to note. So we love to kind of pick John Deaton's brain over here. So for Mr. John Deaton, Norman Reed used to be the general counsel of Ripple. His signature is on the 2015 FinCEN DOJ settlement with Ripple, which classified XRP as a convertible virtual currency. By the way, Katie Han is also the founder and CEO of Han Ventures, board of Coinbase, super fancy person. Signed the settlement agreement on behalf of the DOJ. As part of the settlement, Norman Reed, on behalf of Ripple, agreed to hire an independent auditor approved by the DOJ, who would provide FinCEN with the audit of XRP sales for 5 years, of course, pursuant to an information sharing agreement between FinCEN and the SEC. The SEC had full access to all of the auditor's XRP sales reports. I've always maintained that the SEC and the U.S. government knew more about Ripple than any other crypto involved or any other company involved in crypto. That really places the lawsuit in perspective now, doesn't it? Norman Reed is not jumping ship and staying with Binance could be a positive sign then. And it's in response to this. Breaking reports stating that ex-SEC Federal Reserve Bank of New York, Norman Reed, has been named new CEO of Binance US. So Ripple's ex-general counsel joining Binance US is positive sign. Pro XRP lawyer. So let's talk about what this means here, okay? And I'm going to give you all opinion, and some of you guys will not want to like it. And that's fine. You don't have to. And I always want you guys to hear what I say, but listen to yourself. And I also do need the likes to be smashed. I'm too hard to be smacking the table into doing these things today. I'm really effing tired, like beyond tired. Plus my kid was an absolute nightmare this weekend. Okay. We'll talk about Citibank. Calm your hoo-ha's down. But we have 293 of you, but only 141 likes. I need at least 269 likes. Smash a like because that helps support me and it helps support the channel. So let's talk about this a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of misinformation about Binance. People are so upset, so much drama because all these people that work at Binance US are leaving. Now, my kid is 7 years old. So why are people leaving Binance? Well, number one, a lot of people don't want to work in crypto in the United States of America because of the predatory actions of the SEC. This is important because the SEC has decided to litigate instead of actually doing their job and creating some sort of guidelines for people to adhere to. I don't need regulations, but I know a lot of people do, and that's fine. That's people's business. However, I do understand the importance of compromising. Compromising is going to be key to doing anything in the US, okay? As most of you have seen, Singapore went absolutely bonkers this last week because of the conference. They actually have some sort sort of clear guidelines over there. So why would people be leaving Binance? Well, maybe they're just tired. Or excuse me, not Binance, Binance US. In addition to that, you guys, Binance US was a very, very small exchange, okay? A super small exchange. Not a lot of people used it. One thing I liked about Binance US is that I can people were able to kind of go ahead and go over there to do some of their trading and do some of their, whatever it is that they were doing. And it had like 5 coins listed. Okay. It didn't really have a whole lot of options. And really, when you take a step back and think about it, Binance US was kind of prime position to where do people who leave the US go for better crypto jobs environment? Probably Singapore, maybe El Salvador, Puerto Rico, Panama, places like that, Dubai, but you have to do your due diligence. So Binance US, they had it was literally like a Coinbase copy pasta, and they had like 5 coins you could trade. Okay. Like the fact that the SEC is going after Binance, probably because there's, there is a little, it's like a sister company of Binance, but it wasn't directly ran by Binance. Okay. The reason why CZ had Binance US in the US is so they can still establish, so they can still have some sort of footprint here. Okay. Market share. And any company would do that. It makes sense. Like you see, like for McDonald's, for example, McDonald's is a massive company in the US. However, McDonald's has franchises. I'm not saying Binance US was a franchise. They have little franchises in like Estonia, parts of Europe, China, wherever, wherever. They've got them everywhere. And that's what a corporation does. That's what a smart business person does, is they have entities elsewhere. Why? Because you want to establish market share. It's also good for branding. So that's all that they want to do. So why are people quitting? People are probably quitting because it's just done. They're just done. Binance US is probably going to go under. Why? Because of the predatory actions of the SEC. The SEC has caused so many issues with Binance US. I don't have time to even go back and remember every single thing that's happened, but they cause issues with withdrawals, and they cause issues with freezing people's assets, and the stuff with the DOJ, all this stuff. And Binance is fighting back, or Binance US has been fighting back, saying, hey, this didn't happen, X, Y, and Z. We did the best that we could do. But also too, guys, when you look like we're using CoinGecko, and when you take a look, Binance US is ranked number 7 by Trust Score. It's ranked number 7 by Trust Score, which is good. But if we take a look at the volume, let's take a look at the 24-hour volume, okay? Take a look at 24-hour volume. Where is Binance US? I can't even find it. Binance US is ranked, I don't even know what they're ranked at this point. They're all the way down that gosh darn list. All the way down that list, okay? All the way down that list. Binance US trust score is 10. Normalized volume, $9 million. $9 million of volume. Bitfinex, $105 million in volume. Okay. Crypto.com, $192 million in volume. KuCoin, 261. Monthly visits, 900,000. Okay, 990,000. This is what we're dealing with. Why would somebody want to stay at Binance US with the volume being so low? Nobody's using the exchange. Okay, this is why people are leaving. Okay, this is why the people are leaving. And also what a lot of people fail to understand, and the stupidity that we see run rampant on crypto Twitter, especially TikTok. I've seen so many crypto content creators provide so much misinformation regarding Binance. It's embarrassing at this point. It's really, really embarrassing. And the reason why is because it's easy to get views and clicks on TikTok. So we don't do that there. We give correct information. So if I was somebody who worked at Binance US, I would go too. There's no future for it. Absolutely no future for it. Did Binance US break the law? Maybe. But then again, was there a law to break? Was there guidelines for them to break? I don't even know, because the SEC can't give us clear answers. The SEC can't even tell you if the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap is a security or not. Interesting, right? So everybody's fighting Binance US, whatever. And why do I want Binance US to win? I want Binance US to win because if we remove a lot of these smaller exchanges that are doing what they're supposed to do, have a good trust score, segregate reserves, customer funds, all those things, then we're turning the industry into a monopoly. Do you like your cell phone service? Do you like your cable provider? Do you like to have options? I love to have options when I shop. I love to have 10 different clothing stores I can go into to pick the best option. I love to have 10 different grocery stores I could go in to pick the best prices and option. I like to have different auto insurance providers. I love to have different providers for different things because I want to have options. We're seeing the crypto industry become monopolized, and it's really going to be like Coinbase is left standing. Okay. I don't want that. And if you guys don't see that, if you guys are not seeing the long-term goal of the United States of America and the public servants, it's problematic. And you need to take a step back and see what's happening. But that's really what's going on here. They want to centralize the entire industry. 371 concurrent viewers, 203 likes. I appreciate you guys, okay? I appreciate you guys. I heard ETH back to 2 digits. No. But that's the thing, okay? Hold on, okay? I'm gonna get to all the stories, but you need to calm your chi-chis down, okay? But moral of this story with Binance US is Ripple's ex-general counsel is joining Binance US, and it's a positive sign. The reason why it's a positive sign is because he's probably going to be clapping back against the SEC. And Ripple has done a very good job with being very compliant and with being very transparent with our public servants, but they don't care. And everything that's been happening with Ripple is showcasing direct corruption. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and talk about this fake news alert. Right? Fake news alert. Blackrock is not shifting from Bitcoin to XRP. So apparently there was a lot of rumors here. A lot of rumors here. Okay. BlackRock's alleged digital currency strategy shift sparks intrigue, but a closer look reveals a lack of credibility. Why are we covering this? I'll tell you why in a second. So there's a rumor that BlackRock could be shifting to digital currency strategy away from Bitcoin in favor of XRP. Claim remains unsubstantiated and lacks credible backing. So why are we even talking about this, and why do we put it in the title? Number one, YouTube loves clickbait. And the reason why it loves clickbait, because that directly reflects your preferences. So that makes me want to do better, and it makes me want to encourage you to do better. So BlackRock is not going to be shifting its interest from Bitcoin. Okay. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Ripple is a very centralized company. They're very, very centralized. Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin has 21 million supply. Ripple has a lot larger supply than that. It is a lot easier to manipulate Bitcoin. So BlackRock is going to stick with the manipulation tactics because that's what they have been doing this whole entire time. That's what traditional finance does. Okay. I'm sure BlackRock will do some business with Ripple later. I'm sure they will have some sort of collaboration, probably some investments way later on, unless they're already invested. But at the end of the day, it's a lot easier to manipulate people or to manipulate Bitcoin than it is with one of these other entities. Okay. So be very careful where you're getting your information from. So this was a rumor. Okay. And just because you see something on the internet, go fact check it. Don't blindly believe it. And the reason why we put it in the title, because we grift ethically, and you should too. Now, with that being said, we've got a lot more to cover here. We have 400 of you, but only 229 likes. I need 369 likes, and I need it now. We also have a poll at the top here. Should BlackRock invest in XRP? 71% said yes, 17% said no, and 11% say leftovers. I think that BlackRock will invest in Ripple. It is rumored that Ripple will have an IPO soon. And I think if they do IPO, BlackRock will definitely invest. But it might not be from BlackRock. They might be a shareholder in a company that did invest, or they might just directly invest themselves. That's how this works, okay? We see that BlackRock is a shareholder of MicroStrategy, who buys Bitcoin, okay? That's how the grifting works. And this is why I tell you guys to grift just like these people. Don't be jealous of the elite. Don't get mad at them. Watch what they do and repeat in a manner that makes sense for you and yours. Think about that for a bit. Now, our next story over here, because y'all have smashed that like. You guys have smashed that like. This is a long thread from Deaton, so we're just going to go ahead and go through it. So, Deaton responded to an ex-post from an Ethereum co-founder about former SEC chair Joe Grunfest. The co-founder, Steve Narayos, says he realizes he can't tell the true number of Ethereum ICO buyers, and somehow whales could disguise their large positions during the ICO. Deaton's response. Jan 2018, Clayton told Dixon of A16Z, to put together a small working group and produce a memo of what they wanted the SEC to do and give it to Bill Hinman. This right here, Bill Hinman was a person over at the SEC, and the Hinman emails at the Ripple fought between the SEC and the courts to get those emails exposed. Okay. That's what they did. But the fact that they want to put together a small working group and produce a memo of what they wanted the SEC to do and give it to Bill Hinman, that basically means we're going to create a list. We're going to give it to you and you're going to do what we say. That's what it is. And those are the Ethereum people. Deaton did not imply that Dixon did anything wrong. Deaton made it clear that Ripple wasn't invited to be a part of this hand-picked small working group, even though XRP at the time was the second largest token by market cap. And Ethereum and XRP switched. We've seen them happen if you go back and look at history. For most of 2018, Ethereum was number 2 and XRP was 3. Yeah, that used to happen a lot. That was like our main talking points in crypto YouTube. Dean pointed out that attorney Lowell Ness claimed Hinman's speech closely tracked the document written by A16Z's attorney. He also pointed out that ETH was the only token reference in the safe harbor written by Ness. We love safety harbor. Also pointing out that Hinman was paid millions by sharing profits from his firm and was a member of EEA. And that's another problem. The fact that these people, the public servants, are allowed to trade and to invest while making policies for the poor people. And this is how they get the accreditor investor status, is because they're bribed and they're given all of this money. So if you have $1 million in assets or you make $250,000 a year, you get to become an accredited investor. That's what's happening. Okay. And that's not good. But it's okay. They get this status, they get bribed, they get to become a credit investor, and they go, just like Elizabeth Warren, they're supposed to be making $192,000 per year, and then they end up with 70 million net worth. Hinman was also putting an IPO of the company that sold Ethereum mining equipment. After being called a conspiracy theorist, Deaton learned that Hinman was told by the SEC ethics to stop violating the law, yet he continued to do so, and he kept his job. Hinman emails and his disposition testimony proved many of the things Deaton has said for 2 years. There has never been a true insider who is there and knows everything and has the receipts to prove it. Exactly, the math's not mathin'. It's not. Now an insider called Steven Naroff is starting to speak out. Dean believes things are about to get interesting. Naroff might know where all the bees are buried. If he does and kept a copy of the map showing the location, it's about to get very interesting. So what does this mean? This basically means that if we can prove that these things are real, if there are accurate receipts, we can prove that the SEC has directly been lying to us and been manipulating things and not being honest and not doing their job. And why is this problematic? Well, it's very problematic. And again, like Ripple's not my favorite project. Okay. XRP is not my favorite project. We talk about it a lot is because number one, Ripple has enough financial resources to actually fight back against the SEC. And they've really helped the entire crypto industry as a whole. In addition to that, the community is very strong. I rock with you guys. I support you guys. And I do think that they do have very interesting technology. And just because of that, like, that doesn't have to be my favorite coin. However, I enjoy talking about it because there's a lot of interesting things coming out of it, especially when we're talking about laws and ethics and how in the entire history of the crypto asset industry. Okay. So with that being said, I love talking about it because I love learning more about the industry. And also, too, if we can expose these public servants for being the absolute trash that they are, I'm here for it. It is not hard to be ethically honest. It is not hard to talk about things. It is not hard to take accountability in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it is very important to call these people out because at the end of the day, I want to know. I want a breakdown for every single dollar and taxpayer funds that the SEC is getting and how they're using these funds. That's what I want to know. Also, too, apparently we lost some plane today that had all this crazy technology on it. It was a $70 million plane. How? $70 million. That could have bought a lot of that could have helped a lot of families in Maui. That could also fund a lot of schools nationwide. But here we are. So this is why we talk about these things here, okay? Now let's go ahead and get into the next story. We have 400 of you beautiful people, but only 289 likes. I need 369 likes. I need it now, and I need it hard, and I need it fast because I'm tired. And shout out to Queen. I no longer trust, I verify. Coinbase needs to relist Gala. Well, if Gala's a project that you like, you can figure out where to get that. I also heavily invested in Gala, and I'm still going to be running my nodes. That's what a moonbag is. Anyways, so I need 369 likes. We got to grift, baby. But this is why I love Deaton. This is why I love a lot of the work that he does, is because it's very important to bring this information to light. Now let's talk about this. What the heck is going on with Ethereum? All right, so Ethereum's Holsky testnet fails to launch and rare tech misstep for the blockchain. Ethereum devs failed to get their new test work started. Holsky was supposed to be a celebration of the first anniversary of last year's merge. It failed because there was a misconfiguration in one of the Genesis files of the network. Devs postponed the launch for about 2 weeks. Okay, so this is an important story. Now, one thing I will say is the merge, Ethereum 2.0 was supposed to happen many times, and it kept getting pushed back and it pushed back and pushed back. I sold my Gala, girl. I'm not ashamed of taking a loss. You know what? That's your business, though. That is your business. If you wanted to sell Gala, that's your business. Everybody has different financial strategies. We all do things for different reasons. And just as long as you have it in your trading investing plan and you understand why you did it and you're taking accountability for it, that's your business. And I'm proud of you. Like, I have moonbags of Gala. So for me, it doesn't make any sense to sell it. If it does great later, I'll be rich. If it does poor later, I won't be impacted because I already removed my profit, pay my taxes, etc. But one of the things that's important to know with this Ethereum story is that just because they promise something to be done at a certain time doesn't necessarily mean it will be. So you do need to be patient, okay? Pilot bailed, left an autopilot to you and Joe's suitcase. Yikes. Smash that like button, baby. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really love it. Like this makes my day. As tired as I am, you guys actually help keep me out of depression. You guys help keep me off of the streets. You guys help keep me alive and well. Think about the project for. But thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. I do, because I don't want to be streaming today. I want to be the biggest blob in bed. I don't want to do anything. I didn't want to get my kid up today. I didn't want to parent her this weekend. I didn't want to cook dinner. I didn't want to clean the kitchen. I didn't want to do laundry. I didn't want to do nothing. And that's okay. It's okay to have days like this. But at the end of the day, we're adults. We're mature. We are responsible. We take accountability for our actions, and we do what it takes to provide for our families and also to provide for our communities. And part of me, thank you so much. Part of me running this channel is providing for my community, because I'm bringing you guys information. I'm aggregating all this stuff for you, me and my team, and you guys are doing your due diligence. You're hearing what I say, but you're going to listen to myself. Do you think Bitcoin is going to 20,000? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into the next story. Thank you for being here. Smash the like. We have 333 of you beautiful people. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate it. I fail a lot as being a mom, and I feel like a lot of parents, we feel that too, but we're not failing. We're just learning, and there's no handbook. All right, let's talk about this ghetto alien over here. That looks like that aliens in Mexico, those ones that they found. Anyways, this is from Charles Gasparino. Is he Italiano? Anyways, what makes Gary Gensler's SEC so dangerous is the time spent busting Virtue Financial for victimless crime, as people lost 99% of their money believing stock pumping surrounding AMC. SEC ceased being an investor protection agency. Let's talk about this a little bit, okay? Let's read. So apparently Gary Gensler has turned the SEC into a banana republic. That makes sense. According to NYP, New York Post, corruption practices reminiscent of banana republics are happening at the SEC. A banana republic describes a politically and economically unstable country with an economy dependent upon the export of natural resources. He said the report said Gensler deserves a place in our country's Banana Republic Hall of Fame. The author pointed out that Gensler has been actively chasing down crypto companies, but letting obvious misdemeanors slide. Gensler also appeared to be cherry-picking his targets. I want to show you guys this right here. Well, I have you. This is from my buddy Gabor. We talked about it yesterday on the stream as well. But Gabor said, since 2000, regulators fined banks 7,000 plus times, totaling fines to $340 billion, roughly 1/3 of the total crypto market cap. Today, I don't want to hear from bankers and regulators ever again that crypto is for criminals. And this just shows here, okay? And this is from 2000, the last 23 years. These are how many times banks have been fined. So that kind of shows that the SEC is doing their job, right? Kind of. But when you really think about it, banks shouldn't be making these types of mistakes. The banking industry has been around in America, has been around since almost the beginning of inception of America. Banking has been in like different civilizations, different cultures, all kinds of stuff. It's an old industry. Crypto's new. We're like 13, 14, 15 years. Okay? Crypto is still a baby. Bitcoin is still a baby. We're still technically in beta. Banks are not. Banks get away with it though. Gary Gensler will sit up there and tell you Bitcoin is bad, will tell you crypto is bad, and we'll do the opposite of protecting retail investors. The absolute opposite. But when it comes to the buddy banks, money in the pocket. Money in the pocket. And this is why I get so upset and so mad, because are we really protecting the retail? We're not. The fact that you were forced to use a bank, I did a podcast this weekend while I was at the Y3K event. I think it was called The Barbershop. Really amazing, great people. But we talked about, I asked all three of them. I says, can you rent without a bank account? Can you get a water bill without a bank account? Can you do anything with a bank account? You can't even get a job without a bank account because of direct deposit. The fact that we were forced to use the banks and these people are still getting fined for their bad behavior tells you all you need to know. It really does. It tells you what's going on with the SEC. The reason why they're so upset at crypto is because it's easy for them to attack because it's a brand new industry and it's very hard to control. So that's what they're doing. So this is why we push back. This is why we ask questions. And what can we do? Well, we really can't do too terribly much, but we can grift ethically. How do we do that? Hire CPA, hire attorney, due diligence research. Figure out how to use these tax loopholes. You should. Why wouldn't you? Live like them. You should. All right. We got some talk more about the SEC. We have 450 of you beautiful people, but only 363 likes. I need 369 and then I need 400. Actually, we need 420 likes. Shout out to Kenny O. We do. We do. Mr. Burns makes me visibly ill. Ooh. Yeah. Shout out to John Legend. Ask Gary Gensler a question. He will give you multiple choice. He is a ghetto alien. Thank you so much, Shay Angie. Yeah, we do. So if y'all are brand new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, set alerts. But more importantly, we give clickbait titles because nobody's going to watch it. But with the actual content in the bubble is some good stuff. And we redid the French tip nails. We're not ghetto anymore. We did. We did Girls' Day on Friday. Why? Because I can. All right. 420 likes, my babies. We got some more. SEC has filed a reply in its motion to compel. What is going on over here? What in the hee-haw? Let's read it. This is from Miss Eleanor. She's amazing. Ahead of today's hearing, the SEC has filed a reply in a support motion to compel. The agency notes the accelerating mass exodus of Binance US employees who may possess crucial information, custody, and availability of losses. Let's talk about that really quick. Okay. Apparently Binance US has 150 cryptocurrencies. Okay. US regulated. Love that. Now, just because the employees are leaving, and this is how stupid people are. Just because an employee is leaving a company doesn't mean they still can't get subpoenaed. Doesn't mean they still can't get called to testify. Doesn't mean they still have to give information. So just because people are leaving Binance US, I would leave Binance US too if I worked there, because they're not only for job security. There's probably no freaking job security. None. Because it's going to go away. They're only doing $9 million in volume, I believe, daily. When other exchanges are doing 200 million. It's a fraction. I don't blame them. I would leave too. Why would you want to stay at a company that's failing? Or why would you want to stay at a company that's being unjustly restricted by a third-party predatory public servant? Why? But that's the thing, you guys, is that these employees, just because they left, doesn't mean they're still not going to get called to answer questions. Y'all are dumb. Oh, they're leaving because they don't want to get in trouble. No, dummy. They're leaving because the exchange is going to go away because of the SEC's unjust actions. They still have to testify and provide information. If you are working for a company that gets sued or gets in trouble and you might know some information, it could be 20 years down the line, they can still call you to testify. Don't be stupid. Google it up. People are leaving Binance because they don't want to get in trouble. Shut the hell up. Y'all are dumb. Some people are dumb, man. The amount of stupidity I hear in the damn internet about people, you could tell that they were raised in a freaking bubble. Could tell their parents did everything for them and they didn't have to use critical thinking. Seriously, shut the hell up. Please. All right. Can we get 420 likes? We're so close, babies. We are so close. We are so close. So close. Binance US does have less volume than PancakeSwap, does it? They're at 9 million. They're at 9 million. 9 million volume. Daily volume. Nobody uses it. It was never a big exchange in the US. The only reason why Binance US stayed in the US is because Binance wanted some sort of like foot presence here. And that's what companies do. That's why you see McDonald's is an American company. Let me put it to you this way. It's very easy. McDonald's is an American company, but you go to Mexico, you'll probably find a McDonald's. You go to Estonia, and probably find a McDonald's. Whatever country you go to, the Philippines, to China, to Singapore, I don't care where you go, Japan, they're going to have a freaking McDonald's there. The food, the services are going to be a little bit different to comply with local laws, but at the same time, you're going to have it there. 1 + 1 = 2. Thank you. Smash the like. All right, let's get into the next story. Beautiful, amazing people. All right, what's this one? Hong Kong police announced 6 arrests in JPX probe. That sounds fun. Well, the probing part does. So apparently JPX is a Hong Kong exchange and it stopped trading due to a liquidity crisis. The probe followed by Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commissions. The exchange claims their partnered third-party market makers maliciously froze funds after negative news and unfair treatment. Regulators say JPX has been operating in a territory without a license. Yeah, there was probably a combination of both. One social media influencer was arrested for his association with JPX. Reports suggested they presented schemes to a group chat, created investment. Oh, that's not good. We don't like that. JPX's booth at Token 49 conference was reportedly abandoned after the first day. That sucks. Well, you know what? You got to do the right thing and you got to be licensed and do the right stuff. And honestly, in Singapore, or excuse me, in Hong Kong, it's super crypto friendly. I don't know why these guys were idiots. People are dumb. Now, this is from CoinDesk. Malta is looking to change its crypto rulebook to get ready for EU's MiCA regulation set to take effect in 2024. Is this good or bad? Malta was actually very pro-crypto for a very long time. But basically, they're just rewriting their rules, custodians and portfolio managers set out in the European Union's MiCA. So basically, because they're part of the European Union, they are going to have to comply with MiCA, is what it is. All right, now let's talk about Gemini. Gemini accuses Digital Currency Group of baiting creditors into an unfavorable deal. Let's read this. Okay, and it's about the bankruptcy. It is. And Celsius is doing the same thing too. Gemini said DCG attempt to bait Gemini and lenders into accepting a deal that would allow DCG to pay for less than it owes. Gemini will continue fighting against DCG's starve them out approach to ensure that DCG pays just an adequate amount. The thing with that approach is if Digital Currency Group doesn't have the capital, Gemini is wasting a lot of money. Gemini says that DCG persists in denying central role in the Genesis collapse. They were part of it. Those 4 companies, Genesis, Digital Currency Group, Grayscale, and DCGI, all complicit, just like FTX and Alameda. It was. It argues that DCG refuses to accept any responsibility, but that will all be found out in court. Now, this story here, SBFs parents need to be arrested for being complicit. I talked about this yesterday, but I'm going to cover it again. Article from Yahoo Finance says SBF's parents were his primary accomplices. I agree. I said that a million times. They actively took part in running FTX. They regularly turned up to the company's offices and were included in important emails. They used their status to open doors in Silicon Valley Democratic power circles for their son. I told you. They bought a $16 million villa in Bahamas and used $10 million in cash for other expenses, all paid for by FTX customers. You're welcome. SBF's father had the most direct role, used his experience as a famous tax lawyer to help devise offshore corporate entities. Sam's father was also involved in the launch of FTX, the creation of FTT, and the hiring of Friedberg. Ironically, at his trial, Sam reportedly plans to blame his lawyers for leading him astray. I believe that this is probably mostly true. I know we're going to find more information to come to light, but I've talked to Sam quite a bit over the years. I've had him on the show twice. Those weren't paid interviews. The 2 times that I had him on the show, number one is because there's this exchange I think called Bing Bong. So FTX and Bing Bong, this is like 2019. They were like bickering and fighting. So I got both of them to come, both CEOs to come on the show for different things, like to give their side of the story, not paid. Then the second one was all the sushi swap drama. I had Sam come on to talk about it. And in the funny, because he's like doing this with his leg all the time. People thought he was doing other things. But anyways, but I've talked to Sam multiple times. Is he a bad guy? Yeah, he's still one of the bad guys because he could have told his parents no. But at the same time, I really do think he was coerced. And I think his parents and Dan Freeberg were the brains behind the entire operation. He was just, he just knew the tech and he knew how to make this stuff work. And I think he just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And he didn't have enough cojones to tell his family to go to GFY. That's what I think happened. Should he still be held accountable? Yes, but so should his parents. So don't twist my words here any way, shape, or form. Don't do it. Don't. All right, this is CZ. This is a long thread. We love you, CZ, but we're not going to read it. Binance charity CZ defend 3 million crypto donations have been to critique after Moscow earthquake. So ZZ went ahead and donated $3 million. He said some people called the donation a PR stunt by Binance. They argue victims need immediate essentials like food and water, not crypto. So let's talk about that really quick. Head of Binance Charity said they deploy 100% of the funds to recipients, a number far higher than most charitable organizations in the world. Binance has a history of providing essential items. These take time to organize. Crypto is fast. So let's talk about that really quick. First and foremost, I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. With crypto, it's 100% transparent. And you can see exactly how much money is being sent. You could also see where the money is going. Okay. The organizations like the Fs and the Red, these people, they take a large percentage of your money. Maybe not the Fs, but the red, they do. A lot of these charities absolutely scam you, okay? And you know what? Also, too, you guys, you don't get to dictate where somebody donates. You don't get to dictate. That's poverty mindset. Stop pocket watching people. Did you donate $3 million? Did you organize for funds for funds or items or goods or services to be in these areas? No, you didn't. So shut the hell up. Okay, you don't have to like CZ, but you can at least applaud what he did. $3 million is a lot of money. It's more than freaking. It just gets to be absolutely ridiculous at this point. And I'm really sick of people telling other people where they should be donating their times and resources. Like I had a friend on Twitter, and he likes to donate. He's Muslim, and he likes to donate to a lot of Muslim charities. Good for him. Guess what? If those charities are doing good for the children and they're doing good things to help other people, I don't care. You donate where it makes sense for you. Me, where do I like to donate? I love to donate to House of Ruth because I'm a survivor. I love to donate to the self-care lab in Montclair, California because it helps inner city kids. I love to donate to organizations where I know the money is going. Number one, I'm a survivor. And number two, I had a lot of it. The way that I grew up very poor. I grew up without a father figure. I grew up in a single family household. So I like to donate to organizations that I can relate to. Okay? And if anybody tries to come for me for that, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm not going to tell you where you should give your money and donate your money to. And I do give my money to other organizations as well and to other things. I donate food places. But at the end of the day, if somebody's doing a good deed, who cares? If you want to get mad at Binance and CZ for other things, do that. But don't come for him for this. Unless you're donating, unless you're matching that donation, pipe down. Pipe down. Thank you. 447 likes. We finally got 420. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are amazing. I love you guys. We have 552 votes. Should BlackRock invest in XRP? I think they should. I really think they should. I donate to mine. Yeah, go donate to your community. Donate who works for you, or what works for you, makes sense for you. Go do that. And don't be pocket watching people. Stop being ghetto. It's poverty mindset, baby. All right. So Binance, CZ talked about the exodus at what's going on over there. I'm not going to really talk about it too much. It's just, we covered it already. All right. Also, too, Ro Khanna has introduced a new reform plan that bans stock trading for Congress and spouses, bans Congress from lobbying after, 12-year limits for Congress, bans lobbyists and PAC donations. Good. He directly mentions Unusual Whale's work in fighting corruption. Let's go ahead and watch this. It's a 1-minute clip. And I love Unusual Whales. They're amazing people. Let's go ahead and get this ready for you, beautiful, intelligent people, and let's get it.
The American people are frustrated and exhausted with the corruption and role of big money in the halls of Congress. That is why I'm introducing a 5-point plan. First, ban all PAC and lobbyist money to congressional campaigns. I don't take a dime of it. Second, ban completely stock trading and members of Congress from ever becoming lobbyists. Activists like Unusual Whales, Quiver Quantitative, and the leaders at Crew have been mobilizing for this. Third, term limits for members of Congress. Fourth, term limits for Supreme Court justices. And fifth, an ethics code for Supreme Court justices. This is common sense. The people demand it. It's time we give them back their government and we reform in Washington. We should have bipartisan support for this 5-point plan. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield back.
Let's talk about it. I agree with him 100% here. Why do I agree with him? Because I'm really sick of people having a salary of $192,000 per year. Then they do nothing. They do nothing. But their net worth is $73 million. How? How? These are the same people that are making laws and regulations about what you can and can't do. And they're getting tips. While they're making these laws and regulations, they're getting money, they're getting bribes, and then they're going and investing in these things. I want you to think about that. I'm not going to comment too much about that, but I want you to really, really think about that because that's what's happening in our country. That is what's happening in our country. And then one last thing that we're going to, well, actually, it's not the last thing, but one other thing I want you guys to listen to. This is from Mr. John McAfee. If you don't know who John McAfee is, today was his birthday, and John McAfee walked the walk. He's been in crypto. He's been in Bitcoin since the beginning. He created the famous McAfee virus stuff and lived a very interesting life. His wife, Janice, shout out to her. But he was one of the first to really tell the US to go F themselves when it came to taxes. He says, I'm not paying the taxes. I don't have to pay my taxes. And he walked that walk. He's got more balls than me because I can't do that. And I tell you guys to pay your taxes. Okay? So if you guys don't know who John is, we're going to honor him today. He walked that walk when it came to saying, I'm not complying. I'm not going to do this. This is unethical. This is illegal. I'm not going to do it. So we're going to watch this clip of Mr. John because he's the GOAT. He really, really is. And he was on the forefront of all this stuff.
Why does power corrupt? Well, let's take a look at the human species. Humans are compassionate and loving, gracious, kind, generous people. We are simultaneously greedy, jealous, envious, angry. We're a mixed bag. And if you give one of the human species power, which part of ourselves uses it? Love? Love does not need power, people. It flowers from the heart. Grace? Grace certainly needs no power. Compassion, generosity. No, these are simply things that flow from our good nature. What uses power? Well, greed certainly needs power, doesn't it? If you have enough power, you can take any fucking thing you want.
If you have enough power, you can take anything you want. If you have enough power, you can take anything you want.
Anger. Oh, anger definitely would love some power, would it not? Envy? Well, with power, whatever you're envious of, you can duplicate on your own. No, it is that negative, unsocial, not life-supporting part of the human animal that needs power. Nothing else needs power. And so we give people power over others through government, through military.
We give people power over others through government, through military.
And we expect them not to be corrupt.
And we expect them not to be corrupt. We are blindly giving money, power, control, resources to other people to make choices for yourself, for your families, and for your community. These people do not care about you. They care about their ego. They care about power.
Wake up, people. Be very cautious who you give power to. Thank you.
Be very cautious who you give power to. Stop relying on third parties to make choices for you and your family when you are well equipped to do so yourself. Stop being lazy. Stop trusting the public school system. Stop trusting the banks. Stop voting people into power and expecting them to take care of everything for you. That is not the way of human nature. Some reason, somehow, we became complicit, especially in America. Yeah, this country was kind of founded by pirates. They're probably butt pirates too. And I understand the history of America can be a little bit nasty and rough for multiple different people. Okay? I get that. We're not perfect by any means. But we have allowed the power-hungry public servants to completely control our lives. I don't know about you. I don't want them in my household. I don't want them telling me how to parent my child. I don't want them dictating what my kid is learning in school. I do not want them telling me what I can and can't do with my body. I don't want them telling me what I can and can't put in my body and my child and my family and my community. Some of us aren't the sharpest tool in the sheds, but at the end of the day, we know our bodies, we know our family, we know our people. So I want you to think about what John said. Watch who you give power to. And I'm going to tell you again, if you were watching the show, you are intelligent, you are smart, you are so capable to make decisions for yourself. If nobody told you that, I'm telling it to you, and I believe in you. On that note, we're going to go. Sending y'all love and light. And continue. The best thing that you can do to fight against this oppression is to practice self-education. Spend 10 minutes a day. I don't care if you're on the toilet. I don't care if you want to go eat a cheeseburger. 10 minutes a day self-educating yourself. Learn the basics of accounting, learn the basics of law, go to Investopedia, learn about investing, learn about the history of money, learn about coding. I don't care what you decide to put your time into, but you best start learning about something new. I don't care if you just look, I don't care if you're going to the dictionary and you're learning the definition and the spelling of 10 new words a day. Don't care. They can't take this from you. Don't let it dissipate. On that note, WendyO is out. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. And I believe in you. Bye-bye. Bye, babies.